On December 31st, the Black Lives Matter movement organized a protest in Washington, D.C. The protest was in support of Tamir Rice and Sandra after it was known that no one would be indicted in either case. Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old child, was shot and killed on November 22, 2014 in Cleveland, Ohio by a police officer. Sandra was 28 at the time of her death. She was arrested for a minor driving violation and turned up dead inside a prison cell under suspicious conditions. Organizers are calling for justice for these victims.
My name is Eugene Perrier. I'm with the Stop Police Terror Project because what we want to resolve to do in the new year is keep this movement going. Every 28 hours, a black person is still being killed by a police officer, a security guard, or a vigilante. 1,100 people have been killed this year, and as we see with the case of Sandra, as we see with the case of Tamir Rice, there's still no accountability for police officers in this situation, and this movement has to continue, and we're excited to be able to come out here in DC on New Year's Eve and inject that message into the conversation, that these are things that we have to do, have to continue. We've changed the conversation worldwide. Now we need to start changing policy, legislation, and the situation on the ground.
A few hundred showed up to the protest, which started at a busy intersection in Chinatown.
We're in solidarity, in our disappointment, in our anger, in our frustration, but we're not going away. We're not going to stop being in these streets.
That's right.
We take over business as usual. And as we leave 2015 behind, 2016 will not be business as usual.
Tamir still has a whole family that mourns for him every single day. We all have the honor to be out here tonight taking action, not only for Tamir, but all of the lives that have been taken brutally by the state. I ask that you all be mindful that Tamir belongs to us, but he belonged to a family. And so this New Year's Eve, that family is making plans without Tamir. Their lives revolve around this every single day.
Some took the opportunity to address other killings at the hands of police officers.
My son Alonzo Smith was killed on November 1st of this year. He was killed by two special police officers at Marlboro Plaza apartment complex in Southeast DC. My son was beaten to death. We do not know why my son was in custody of the special police officers. They're not telling me anything. The autopsy report has just recently been released, and the cause of my son's death is a homicide. However, my son's case is now in the grand jury hand, and the grand jury is supposed to convene in January. What I would like to see happen is there's two special police officers that murdered my son to be indicted.
The Black Lives Matter movement is seeking justice for the killing of black people at the hands of police officers.
We're here today in sympathy of those who have been killed by the police. We are here because we want to stand up for people who are suffering these injustices. We are here in their name. Remember their name. Remember Tamir Rice. Remember Sandra Bland. Remember all those young black people of color, people black and brown, who have been killed. Their lives have been cut off. We are here for them.